Okay, what do we got next? Okay, so next up we have the IANA Number Services Review Committee update, and that'll be presented by Jason Schiller. Right mouse button.
Good afternoon. The short of this presentation is there's really nothing to see here, so if you need to catch up on email, go ahead. But please do tune in and pay attention at the end where we have a discussion, because that's very important. So what is the review committee? I'm going to talk about where we are in the bootstrapping process, what the role of the AC is, and then open it up for the important part, which is the discussion. It was chartered by the NROEC, and it's based on the CRISP team recommendations. It's 15 members, 2 community representatives from each region, and 1 RIR staff from each region, which is a non-voting member. And the list should look fairly familiar. It's the same names from the community-appointed ASOAC members and some RIR staff members that should be familiar to you. So there's some functions specified in our charter that's very clear. The output of the committee is advice to the NROEC. We are to assist in the periodic review of the service level of the IANA numbering services that's provided to the numbers community. And we need to complete a yearly report on the SLA. It also clearly states that we need to seek feedback and comments on the report from the community. And that's fairly straightforward. We decided that we're going to leverage the RIR staff to generate a chart of each SLA performance standard metric and the value that's been measured. We're going to review those results to make sure they're in compliance. And we're going to look at how those results are measured to ensure that they're reasonably accurate. We then envision taking these data points and wrapping a report around it, putting out some summary text saying, you know, they met, they have been meeting, they nearly missed meeting. There's some interesting slippage that's starting to occur. And then we're also going to include community feedback as well. It's our expectation that we would put this out on a mailing list for 30 days, collect any comments, summarize those as well, and also include the raw comments. But there was some discussion of a broader role. If you look at the NTIA transition assessment and you look at the CRISP text, there's some text in there that says some vague things about how the review committee will ensure community involvement and how it ensures that the IANA meets the needs and expectations of its customers, namely the numbers community, and supporting and enhancing the multi-stakeholder model. So there was a bunch of us that thought, you know, is it really sufficient just to write a report and throw it over the wall and give them 30 days to comment? And some of us felt no, that there needs to be a broader community engagement. So we decided that we are going to have an open communications channels with our respective 5 communities. We will have some mechanism for collecting input. Might be an email list, it might be some sort of a web form. We're still working on that, and we're still working on our procedures to sort out exactly how that's going to work. But we know that we're going to seek feedback from the community, and if there is something urgent, we will pass that on directly to the NROEC in a timely fashion. Just for transparency, I wanted to include some links. The link to our review committee page, it's got links to the minutes of our previous 2 meetings. There's a link to our mailing list, which is open, as well as the final charter that the EC provided for us. I've also included a whole bunch more links, which is basically every reference I could find to the review committee. And this is the important part. So we truly are seeking your feedback on the service that IANA is providing you. So long as IANA continues to provide a good service, I expect this to be a dull and boring presentation. But in the event that there are concerns, we want you to voice them and we want to hear them. So I hope that we will regularly open up the microphones and ask you, how is IANA doing? Do you have any concerns? Is there any advice that you think we need to pass to the EC about the services the IANA is providing or the SLA? So in the previous topic where you said, you know, if there are issues or things you'd like to see reported on, this is the time to bring them forward. You can also come to the mics and say you're completely happy with the IANA service and they've been doing a great job up until now and you expect that to be the future as well. Thank you.
So wait, Jason, I'm not going to say that, but I do have to
You have
respond to a
complaint
previous
about
question.
The IANA?
Pardon?
You have a complaint about the IANA?
Elise Garrick, but not to comment on the IANA service. But someone did ask me the question just a minute ago. It would be 7/24s, or a total of 1,792 addresses that would top off the recovered pool. And that would allow us to drain it on September 2017. So that's the answer to the question. But thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason.